Guys, it is Monday morning and you're seeing this on Friday, so just a few days from now, and I'm putting on my socks and shoes because I'm about to head out for the gym. And listen, I got a little story for you. Last week I went to this event for my financial advisor was hosting it, and they were talking about inheritance and how to be wise as far as what you allocate toward each kid. And not because you don't love each kid the same, but because you only want to give them what they can handle. For example, he was sharing that one of his kids, they're all incredible and he loves them all equally, but he wouldn't put his business in the will for one of them to inherit just because he's not fit for it, and it would crush him. And I started thinking about this obviously in the context of what the Lord gives us to manage and steward. So I was thinking about this and how good the Lord is, and sometimes what we think is best for us isn't truly what's best for us, and sometimes what we're praying and asking for would actually crush us. And he's such a good father, and he can see, he's sovereign, so he can see everything. And that's where we get to trust that he's not withholding anything good, because the word says that, and we can hold him at his word. We can take him at his word. His word never returns void. So I was thinking about that. And then after this event, I was thinking about a couple of things. I was thinking about how the Father gives us things to inherit, but then I started thinking about our true inheritance. And mostly, I should say, because I started coming across verses over and over about seeking first the kingdom and this being our temporary home. In Matthew 6 particularly, it says, your heart is where your treasures are. So lay up treasures in heaven and not of things on this earth, because they're destroyed. And then in Hebrews 13, it talks about this being our temporary home. And so my prayer has become, Lord, please take away my appetite for things of this world. Let's be honest. I pray this all throughout the day because we are surrounded by stuff, whether it's houses or a new car, whether it's new clothes or wanting to stay looking young, like whatever it may be, we are constantly living in a world that those things are just dangling in front of our faces. And so it's helped me to pray without ceasing, because I'm constantly like, Lord, please help me not to want things of this world. Like, take away my fleshly desires and help me to focus on what is my eternal inheritance. And I was thinking about this in the way of, we will, I think, inherit what we can handle in heaven too. Like, we get this side of heaven to trust the Lord and to steward everything that we have as a gift from him. And surely when we get to heaven, we'll get to be responsible for things the way that we manage things here too, right? Like, we're gonna get to do fun things in heaven, and that excites me. I'm like, Lord, I want to do my best with what I have here and what you've trusted me with here, because I can't even imagine how fun that's gonna be in heaven. So I want to remind you too, so there's a lot of thoughts this week and a lot of God moments, but I especially feel like those of you watching need to be reminded that the Lord is near. One of my favorite translations of the Lord's Prayer is that he's closer than the air that we breathe. He's closer than anything. And I feel like there are so many distractions and fears lingering and all of these things that make us feel like he's distant, but he's near, and he hears you and he sees you. And in addition to me praying, Lord, take away these desires, these fleshly desires, or my appetite for things of this world, because this is my temporary home, I've also been praying for him to help me to discipline myself to create space to listen, because he's a phone call away, and more than that, he's right next to us, right next to you, wherever you are, and you can talk to him at any time. And so those have been my two prayers, that he'll take away my appetite for things of this world, and that I'll have the discipline to create space to linger and listen. So I hope that encourages you, and just to remind you that the Lord is so, so near.